Welcome to Wing Tactical. Today we're going to take some time and familiarize ourselves with the AR-15 and how it works. The AR-15 is the most customizable product on the market. This can be built from the ground up or accessorized to allow for the best shootability for your own personal use. This firearm can be broken down into three main parts: the lower receiver, the upper receiver, and the accessories that we can add on to allow for better shootability. Today we're going to dive into the main functional parts of all three sections. Before we do, let's talk about what a semi-automatic, a gas-operated semi-automatic, actually is. The semi-automatics are designed to eject a spent round, reload a live round, and engage a trigger system on the way. The only difference in a gas-operated semi-automatic is a gas port located here on the barrel that then returns to a gas tube that feeds trapped gases into our bolt carrier, allowing for a smoother, more efficient cycling process. Before we get into breakdown of our upper receiver, let's separate the two parts. We're going to find our takedown pins on the back side of the firearm, start them with our thumbs, exposing the cap on the front side, allowing us to hinge our upper away, pull out our second pin to its stopping point, and separate our lower receiver from our upper receiver. The upper receiver primarily houses the bolt carrier, muzzle, gas tube, forward assist, and charging handle. Now let's talk about what these things are. This charging handle has a catch on the side that we're going to release, which is going to allow us to pull our bolt carrier out of the chamber. Now, this bolt carrier has some functions that we're not going to get into, but there is a disassembly that's going to allow for just simple maintenance. To get to the parts that we need to clean, there's a retention pin on the side. It holds in the firing pin. It's kind of like a cotter pin, so once we get it started, it pops right out, allowing our firing pin to drop. We have a cam on top here that we're going to turn so that it can slide past the gas key, allowing our extractor to come out. Now for now, what these parts do aren't quite as important as knowing that they need to be cleaned. They will be dirty and it will affect the functionality of your weapon system. To reassemble our bolt carrier, we're going to do the exact process backwards. We're going to place our extractor back into the carrier, align our cam up so that the firing pin can then slide back through, place our firing pin back inside, and lastly, our retention pin to hold it all together. The two most notable things on our bolt carrier are going to be the gas key on top, as well as the grooves going down the side. Our gas key allows the fumes from the port to be fed into the bolt carrier, helping the action be smoother and more efficient. And the grooves on the side go along with our forward assist. This is the plunger that's simply used to help the bolt carrier forward if any malfunction takes place and stops the bullet from seating properly into the chamber. To reinstall our bolt carrier back into our upper, we're going to start with our charging handle. There's two wings on the front of it that coincide with two grooves on the base of our housing here. So we're going to get that started till it drops down in, and then stop so that we can allow our gas key to lay right down inside our charging handle, fit tightly, and slide all back together. If we cover this dust port, we can open up our takedown pin slots, put them back into place, and we have a reassembled firearm. Now let's get into the lower receiver. Again, we're going to find our takedown pins, get them started from the back side, pull to their stopping point, and remove the upper from the lower. The main parts on our lower receiver are going to be our buffer spring, trigger assembly, bolt catch and release, selector switch, and our magazine release. Our buffer spring has a pin on the front that we can start down with our thumb, which allows that to be pulled out. And the trigger assembly has two main positions. There is the cocked position as well as the uncocked or fired position. This is really only important because we're going to want to be able to manipulate that moving part so that we can really get down in there and clean any debris that got in there during storage or while firing. Our bolt catch is a seesaw piece that is either going to hold our bolt carrier back or allow it to engage a live round. And our magazine well is simply a release on the side. It allows our magazine to be inserted or removed from our lower receiver. To reassemble, we're simply going to start this spring back into its slot in the stock, push past our clip pin, and then same thing. We're going to find our takedown pins, line them up, start the top, start the bottom, and we have a reassembled firearm. Now that we've done so, we're going to go through a functions check. Basically, we're going to simulate what this firearm is designed to do and make sure that we put it back together properly. First thing we're going to do is make sure we have a clear, safe firearm. We're going to check the chamber as well as the magazine well and be sure that there are no live rounds. Once we've done that, we're going to drop the bolt, pull the trigger and hold it back. We should hear it engage the firing pin. And now we're going to simulate what should have happened as this round goes off. We have an ejected shell. We have the reloading of what would be a live round. When I release the trigger, we should hear the trigger re-engage, and it should be able to free the firing pin for the next shot, which it does. So that is our functions check, just letting us know that everything is working in good operating order. Now, we had mentioned how customizable the AR-15 is, so let's stop for a minute and talk about some of those accessories or why we would want some of those accessories on our firearms. This weapon system is designed to be changed from top to bottom. Everything from our muzzle brake all the way to our stock can be changed to your preference or style of shooting. This particular firearm is set up with a collapsible stock, a close quarters red dot optic, and tack rails on the forearm and main housing. These tack rails allow us to change accessories out and have reinstallment of new ones pretty much on the fly. This is going to be a long range optic, back into our grooves, reinstalled onto our tack rail, and now set up for a completely different style of shooting. This particular AR also has tack rails mounted on the foregrip, which can be used for pistol grips, forward assist grips, lasers, or flashlights. The pistol grip in the rear can also be changed for style or comfort, as well as the magazine for capacity or style. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope this video was able to help you better understand your AR-15. Visit us at wingtactical.com to find the best accessories for your rifle.